Hello, this is Thogdad and welcome to Footie Bantz Part 2, the show made by you, because I'm a bit lazy in my old age to do any work. Now we're going to get a bit more serious today, and Richard, you've got a serious philosophical point to make, haven't you, mate? Oh, that is brilliant. Richard, need to get myself down to Tame United for some of that action real soon. Right, what do we all think of the champions Liverpool Football Club?
My prediction is that Liverpool will win the league comfortably again. I just don't see the other big powers stepping up to it this season. Have a good day.
That's a very interesting point. Alex Mirsad, do you agree, mate?
Liverpool is going to win the league because they have such a great team, especially defense, and I think nobody can stop them, so I think Liverpool's going to win the league.
Mirsad, I completely agree, mate. Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson, these are some of the best defensive names in the world, and it's a proven fact that a clean sheet in football is better than 2 goals statistically. So yes, Liverpool, I think they'll walk away with the league this year. You see, the thing about Liverpool, over the years they've sorted out their defence, and Man City and Chelsea and Man United and other teams simply haven't. But I'm getting some news of a Liverpool fan causing a bit of a ruckus in a pub down south. What's going on there?
How's your team? We've got more clothes than your fucking team, mate. Don't care. Look at you. Pick your town. Fucking ready. Yeah. More fucking trophies than your team, mate. Stay here. Support your local, mate.
Oh, mate, I love that video, and I love it when he shouts, support your local. And I tell you what, that old boy's going to get a shock when he goes viral on Tinternet. Love the shorts, mate. Now, Adam, what do you think of Liverpool's new signing, Diogo Jota?
I think Diogo Jota will get 15 goals this season, and I think if Pep Guardiola doesn't win the Premier League or the Champions League, he'll be getting the sack.
Adam, I agree that Jota is a very sensible and good signing, and he's looked lively in his first couple of games. But the trouble is, I think he's going to be warming the bench a lot, so I can't see him getting 15 goals. But what I do agree with is what you say about Pep. He could be out very soon. Now, do we have any other opinions about who's going to win the Premier League this season?
Liverpool aren't going to win the Premier League again. I think they've had their time and that's been it. I think Leicester could win the league because Man City don't seem up to it and neither do Liverpool.
Sam, who can ever imagine Leicester winning the Premier League? But what a statement of intent, beating Man City 5-2 at the City of Manchester Stadium. And Leicester have scored 12 goals in 3 games. And you look at that squad: Jamie Vardy, Harvey Barnes, James Maddison, Yuli Tielemans, Jose Perez, Kaglar Soyuncu, Wilfred Ndidi. These are some top players, but the only trouble is Leicester's squad value is less than half that of Liverpool or Man City, so they're not going to win the league this year. But what do you reckon, Lucien Bourgeois? And if that's your real name, Bourgeois, you're going to be up against the fence when a Marxist revolution happens, mate.
All right, Thogdad, what are your thoughts on Brighton winning the league?
Lucien, the only league that Brighton are winning is the league for the hippest town on the south coast. But I must say, you've surprised me this season. I like the look of Trossard and Maupay, and everyone's talking about Lamptey, especially Theo, who's got him in his FPL team. Okay, it's time to talk about some of the London teams, and what do we think about Arsenal, Basil?
Alright, Thogdad, just need to ask you, would you sign for the mighty Arsenal if I gave you a £5 and a Greggs sausage roll?
Mate, if you make it a vegetarian sausage roll and a pint of Timothy Taylor's Landlord, then I'll be down the Emirates in a shot to meet David Luiz and the boys. James, you've got an opinion on Tierney and El Neni, haven't you, mate?
Tierney is the GOAT, and El Neni's better than Prime Xavi.
Now, I reckon you're joking about the Egyptian, either that or you've been drinking the Kool-Aid. But Kieran Tierney, what a very good young player he is. He looked impressive at Celtic, and I'm really delighted that he's keeping his place in a good young Arsenal team. Quinn, I think you've been watching the Champions League draw, haven't you, pal?
I was watching the Champions League draw a couple of days ago, expecting Arsenal to be in there, until I realised that they haven't been in there for 4 years. And Arsenal, Delia Smith is down at Norwich now and saying, "Where are you? Where are you?"
Love it, Quinn. That is brilliant. And I reckon your drama teacher should be giving you an A. That's from Thogdad. But Arsenal fans, what do you think to those comments? I'm sure you've got a mature, calm response in Arsenal fan TV style.
Whoever played the game tonight, sending us up here on a Monday when we've got a game on Thursday. No consideration to the fans.
Man, shit day, bollocks to it.
Ben, who's the best team in London, mate?
I think Chelsea's the best team in London, personally, because we have a Champions League trophy and Arsenal and Tottenham don't.
Short and to the point, pal. I tell you what, that Spurs trophy cabinet is as empty as my pint glass at the end of the night. But you know what? I shouldn't speak. I'm a Bolton fan. Don't you hate it when you get a fly in your brew? Sean, do you reckon a Chelsea player should win the Ballon d'Or this season, mate?
Thogdad, I think Christian Pulisic is going to win the Ballon d'Or before Kylian Mbappe.
Sean, that is a very good point. Pulisic is a very exciting young player, and his productivity in the Premier League has been brilliant so far. But can you see an American Chelsea player winning the Ballon d'Or? I mean, this is a thing that's decided by the bureaucrats in Europe. I reckon Pulisic will become one of the most exciting players in Europe, but Ballon d'Or, you'll have to wait 3 to 5 years. And here's Mohammed with some very direct advice for Frank Lampard, the Chelsea manager.
Chelsea players, Marcos Alonso, how slow is he? In my opinion, he's too slow for the Premier League. He needs to get out of our club right now. Get out. I've had enough.
Mohammed, you are brutal, mate. And Frank Lampard, I hope you're listening. The time for loyalty is over. Alonso's probably played his last game for Chelsea. But over to you, Reese. Have you got anything positive to say about Chelsea?
To be honest, I don't get why Chelsea have signed Werner, Ziyech, Chilwell, Thiago Silva. They're all going to be flops at Chelsea. I reckon Mendy will have a very good season. I know, yeah, we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup, but he's going to have a good season.
Bloody hell, Reese, you're another very harsh young man, but I reckon you're right about Mendy. I think he'll come good this season and prove to be the best of their signings. And now for a new section on Footie Bantz. It's called Bantz of the Week, and the winner this week is Adam Jewell.
Alright, Thogdad, mate, I'm fuming with Abramovich FC. Chelsea have spent over 200 million this summer, signed 7 players, have not been punished whatsoever by the financial fair play. Honestly, all this money comes from third-party ownership and oil. Bolton can replace them in the Prem. They can be expelled. This is ridiculous. I am fuming. Someone punish them.
Adam, mate, if we had some merchandise, we'd send you a T-shirt or a sweatshirt, but we don't. All I can say is, top ranting. But all this talk about Chelsea has made me very thirsty. Has anyone got a spare beer handy? Richard, mate, that makes me laugh every single time. And now for a couple of very tough player ranking decisions.
Do you think Gary Medina or Troy Deeney is better?
Tommy, do you even have to ask that question? Gary Medina is a proven goal machine of a top order. And I've got to say, Sunderland, what a club, what brilliant fans. You shouldn't be in the third level. And with the help of Phil Parkinson, I reckon you'll be back in the top levels very soon. And Finn, you've got a tough question, mate.
Who's the better player? Mbappe or Andy Carroll?
Kylian Mbappe or Andy Carroll? Answers on a postcard, please. But I tell you what, I'm getting some breaking news from Sheffield United. I think they've gone and signed someone.
So far, Sheffield United have been awful this season. So I've had a word with manager Chris Wilder, and I've told him to sign someone, and that's the man, the myth, the legend, Thogdad. Welcome to the club, son.
Brilliant, Reese, but I've had a look at those stats. 5'10", mate, you need to add a couple of inches. But £149 for my weight, I'll take that, pal. Right, has anyone got anything serious to say? What about you, John, mate?
I think that Everton are top 4 candidates this season. They've looked amazing under Ancelotti at the start of the season. 3 wins from 3, perfect start. Carlo Ancelotti has made the really good signings. If they can keep this form up, they can definitely challenge for top 4. But I think they'll get European football this season.
John, you make some very good points about Everton. Firstly, you've got a brilliant manager in Carlo Ancelotti. Secondly, you've made some really superb signings this year. Thirdly, you're going to be moving into a brilliant new stadium down by the docks in the next few years. Things are looking Millhouse for Everton, and maybe within the next 10 years, you can be challenging Liverpool for bragging rights. Wait a minute, I'm getting some more breaking news here.
That Man City's defence is melted butter. Moving on to the transfer side of things, Messi and Ronaldo both want to Portsmouth on a free at the end of the season, and they don't even want to get paid.
The Man City defence, I'd describe it as margarine rather than butter. It's been terrible so far, hasn't it? Messi and Ronaldo coming to Portsmouth, well, they have been house hunting in Rowland's Castle, so it must be true. Do we have any more thoughts on Manchester City Football Club?
That Ruben Dias will be a
flop at Man City and he would be worth 60 million his worth.
And Reagan is talking there about the Portuguese international centre-back who's just been signed for 61 million from Benfica. Will he prove to be the real deal, or was that a panic buy? It seems that City have probably paid twice his market value. And now for a brand new section on Footie Bantz. It's called Footballers Who Look Like Other Famous People. And Charlie is back from Leeds and he's not doing a beer review this week.
Do you reckon Ronaldinho looks like Jar Jar Binks?
Charlie, mate, you can't say that. I reckon Ronaldinho looks nothing like Jar Jar Binks. And to prove it, here's a couple of photos. You see? Nothing like him. Now, people say I look a bit like Daniel Craig, the latest James Bond. I couldn't possibly comment on that. And finally, Tom, you have a very personal question about parenting, don't you, mate?
Thogdad, I am a father of 2 and I just want to know, how do you make the kids shut the fuck up?
Hey, I'm the dad of Thogdad. Do you think I can get him to shut up for even 1 minute? Now, thank you for all those amazing contributions to Footie Bantz, and if you like this video, we'll do one every weekend. I repeat, every penny from my Thogdad channel will be going towards mental health charities. YouTube haven't given me a check yet, but when they do, that's where it's going. This is Thogdad in Montenegro saying, see ya.